Hello and welcome to Rathod's IS. Today in this video, we are going to see current affairs of 14th August 2023. So let's get started with our discussion. First of all, let us try to see brief introduction regarding the topics. And later on, we are going to see detailed analysis. And at last, we are going to see the PDF. Actually, there is notification which came from Hindu that there will be no downloadable content that will be available from 1st September onwards. That means in 15 days, in next 15 days, so we have to think for an alternative for this Hindu analysis. So we don't know that whether we can download this PDF or not, whether we can download the images or not, whether we can copy the articles or not. So I don't have any clarity. So we have to see what will happen on this 1st September. Okay. So maybe on 1st September here, the Hindu analysis may not be posted because of this issue. So please keep this in mind. Okay. And the first topic it is about rebooting the codes. So already you know that. So we have British era codes, right? So these codes like IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act, they are mainly came up. They are coded during this British time. But even after we got independence, so we are using that. That means, so iska matlab kya hai? That means we are using that codes from the British time onwards. That means there is presence of British legacy. Yes, there is presence of British legacy in India. And not only this, so actually the changes are happening in our society. So the needs of the people is also changing. So according to that, yes, we have to change the laws. So because of this, yes, government introduced a bill regarding the changing of this IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act. So there are 3 bills. So you have to know what are those bills and what is a possible outcome. So if you are not knowing the possible outcome, then reading of this article is waste of your time. Okay, so you have to see what is a possible outcome and what are the challenges. So all these things that you have to know regarding this topic. And next one is glaring omission. So this topic is talking about removal of CJI from selection committee or selection panel. So iska matlab kya hai? So you know that in democratic country, in democracy, elections are very important. So elections are very important, right? Hai na? So here during this election process, so people will be electing their representative. And one important concept regarding this election is, yes, we need an independent body and this body should ensure free and fair elections. But here, if you see the story, if you see the kahani here, so what it says. So in this kahani, so government is playing an important role. So government tries to increase the executive power in the appointment of this election commissioner and as well as chief election commissioner. So here in this context, you have to think about what is the impact. So you have to think about what is the impact. So as an UPSC aspirant, you have to think what is the impact of increasing of executive control over appointment of CEC and EC. And this topic is important from your polity point of view, which comes in the GS paper 2. And next topic it is about US-Iran hostage swap. So people, especially in this globalized era, people movement is happening from one country to another country. But if you see in this US and Iran, they are two opposite adversaries. Right? So here US people, they are also present in the jail of Iran and Iranian people, they are also present in the jail of US. So this article is talking about hostage swap. That means the release of the prisoners. And here especially you have to know about one important deal between US and Iran, that is JCPOA. So what is this? Iska matlab kya hai? Iska full form kya hai? So this JCPOA is nothing but Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action or Iran's nuclear deal. So not only US but even other countries, they are part of this JCPOA. So you have to know that. And this topic is important from your international relations, which comes in the GS paper 2. And next topic is 14 states yet to join education scheme. So I am proud to say that this scheme which is under the name of me, that is PM Usha. So obviously will we remember this scheme, right? Because it is my name. So here we have to know what is this PM Usha scheme. So this topic is important from your governance, which comes in a GS paper 2. And next topic is Unviable Arunachal Hydel projects given to central PSUs, that is public sector undertakings. So if you're talking about Arunachal Pradesh, so where it is located? Yes, it is located in northeastern part of our country. I will accept with you. So why this Arunachal Pradesh is important? So we have perennial rivers which is flowing, that means Himalayan river system. For example, Brahmaputra river. And this Brahmaputra river, it is one of the fast flowing river. So there is a lot of potential that we can use this Brahmaputra river for generation of hydroelectricity power. So this is the same thing which is doing by this China also. So China is also harnessing lot of hydroelectricity power, and even China is planned to come with a lot of projects on this river. So in the same way, yes, we are having around 12 projects on this hydroelectricity power projects in this Arunachal Pradesh. But what is the problem? The problem here is they are economically unviable for this private sector. So because of this, now these projects they are given to this public sector undertaking, that is public. That means government industries are going to have these projects. So here, what you have to think? So whenever any dam or any power projects that we are coming up with, especially in this Arunachal Pradesh region or in this Himalayan region, we have to think about what is the impact. It's exactly we are going to see what will be the impact on environment, impact on geography, etc. All these things that we have to see. And one more thing here is, so northeastern region is also very rich in biodiversity, and we are having lots of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries in this area. So we have to see what is the impact on this biodiversity also. Is it clear? Are you connecting the dots? Yes or no? If yes, please let me know in the comment box. And next one is metagenome sequencing technology is transforming pathogen surveillance. Yes, we came with pathogen surveillance studies in our country. But when? After entry of this COVID-19, so we came with this surveillance of this genome surveillance or genome sequencing after the entry of COVID-19 in our lives, that is from 2020 onwards. Yes, we came with this genome sequencing studies and we found number of different variants of this COVID-19. So now, not only this COVID-19, so we are having lot of microorganisms in our environment, right? So we have virus, we have bacteria, we have parasites. Yes, we can use this pathogen surveillance and we can use this metagenome surveillance. So this topic is important from our environment and even science and technology point of view. And here we are focusing on this word, that is what? That is metagenome sequencing. So what exactly this metagenome sequencing, that you have to know, right? So these are the topics now we are going to discuss. And if you are visiting this Rathod's IAS Academy for the first time, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you will be getting notifications whenever we are posting any video. So if you are new to this channel, I am Usha Sri. So I will be teaching current affairs in this Rathod's IAS Academy platform. So now first let us try to see the topic, that is about rebooting the codes. So the big question mark is whether we are going to abolish IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act in India or not. So this is the first big question that arises in the people of India now. So what is the future of this criminal laws in India? So first of all, let us see the context. So if you say context, it says that our Union Home Minister presented 3 bills. So these 3 bills they are going to abolish. The first one is IPC, that is Indian Penal Code. Second one is CRPC, that is Criminal Procedure Code. and third one is Indian Evidence Act. So these three bills, they are going to abolish these three laws in India. And if you go back to history, these laws are made during the British times. So they mainly serve the British needs at that time. And one important bill, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Bill 2023. So it proposes the highest penalty. So highest penalty will be the death penalty. So for what? If there is any mob lynching or if there is any vigilantism, so the highest punishment will be given here is death penalty. And even it said that there will be 10 years of imprisonment for having sex with a woman by deceiving them about marriage. Okay, so this is about this Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita bill. So yes, we have to think why we need these bills. So इसका use क्या है? So why we need to come up with these bills now? So it is not for the first time. Okay, so it is not for the first time we talked about the repealing of these laws. So this is not for the first time. So the need for the reforming of this criminal justice in India has been felt from the long time. So from the long time we are thinking that yes, we have to repeal this laws regarding the criminal justice system in India. So these laws, they are based on the colonial legacy. That means we are still following the British colonialism. So here, because of this, yes, we need to repeal these laws in India. So why? What are the reasons? So reasons क्या है? So reasons are, the first one is, so these are already outdated laws. So these are outdated. So they are not serving the present needs of the people. And these laws which are very complex, because in this IPC also we are having different sections. And in that sections also we have subsections A, B, C, like that. And they are leading to even delays in providing the justice to the people. And this one is there also lot of insufficiencies or inefficiencies. So now because of increasing of technology, now we have lot of cyber security threats and even bank threats to different apps like that. But these are not addressed in those laws. And because of this, there is injustice that we can see in the justice delivery system. And moreover, these laws are also not in synchronizing with our constitutional values or principles in India. Like they are not according to the equality, dignity, they are not serving secularism and as well as human rights. But why we need them? So we don't need them, right? So if they are not serving our constitutional values, if they are not serving our constitutional principles, then what's the need of having those? So this is a big question mark. And because of this, there is a demand regarding the repealing of these laws from the very last time. Okay. So here these bills are based on the Indian ethos. Now we are coming up with these three bills. That is Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita Bill, Bharatiya Nagarik Surakshita Sanhita, and as well as Bharatiya Sankhya Bill. So these three bills now, they are based on our Indian culture, Indian ethos. So what are the important aims of this bill? So we have to simplify the rules and we have to rationalize them, and if there is any need of adding anything, so we have to modernize them. So in this way, overall criminal justice system in India can be modernized. Okay, so this is the need. So what are those three bills? The first one is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita Bill. So now in this bill, we came up with filling of inefficiency. So we came with the new categories of offences like cyber crimes, terrorism, hate crimes, honor killings, mob lynching, etc. So that we are providing the justice for some special provisions. We came with women, children, senior citizens, and even other vulnerable sections of society. So these people, they had not been addressed in the CRPC or neither in IPC. So now we came up with this including of these sections of people under this new bill. And the second one here is Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. So this bill which ensures the protection of rights and interest of victims, witnesses and accused people. And next one is, we are also focusing on speed delivery of justice, because justice delayed is also justice denied. Yes, we have to ensure the faster justice system and effective legislation, effective investigation, free trials and fair trials, and we want to focus on alternative dispute resolution mechanisms like mediation, and also rehabilitation schemes, witness protection and programs. So all those included under this Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. And next one is Bharatiya Sankhya Bill. So here we are providing scientific and technological advancement. At that British time, we do not have this advancement in the evidences. Like there is no DNA testing or there is no narco testing, narco analysis, etc. But now we have that. So we have to use that provisions, right? So because of this, we came with this Bharatiya Sankhya Bill. And we are including brain mapping, narco analysis, DNA testing, etc. Okay, regarding the evidence collection. So what is the expected outcome? Yes, we have to think about that. So we thought that yes, we need this updation or modernization in our criminal justice system. So what is the possible outcome? We have to think about that, right? So yes, we are going to have a paradigm shift now. Shift from a punitive to retributive approach. And we are promoting the human rights based approach. And we are identifying the dignity and the rights of all stakeholders in the criminal justice process, such that we can also enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of criminal justice system. So that what happens, so what are the delays are there, we can decrease the delays, and we can also decrease the pendency of cases and backlog of cases in the courts, and even we can decrease the corruption. And we can improve the quality and credibility of justice delivery system, such that we can ensure transparency, accountability and professionalism as well. And even we can foster the culture of peace and harmony in the society, and we can prevent and we can curb the crimes that threaten social order and security as well. And even we can remove inequality and injustice in the society, and we can also strengthen the rule of law and democracy in India, such that we can also uphold constitutional values and the principles also. So these are the outcomes. So yes, we studied everything, and now if I'm not giving any practice question, it is waste of my time and your time, right? Yes, I came up with a mains practice question, so try to write answer for this question. So why there is a growing call for reforming the criminal justice system in India? So what is the significance of such reforms? So what are the major challenges impede their implementation, and what are the strategies they can be envisioned to lead the way forward towards a more just and effective system? Yes, try to write, and I addressed all those points in this analysis, so try to write answer. So let us think like whether you got 90% of content or 70% of information. So if you write, then you can understand like, so what is the potential of you regarding this topic? Yeah, sure. And now let's try to see the next topic. So next topic, it is about glaring omission. So this topic, it is about CJI in election process, or CJI in the selection process of CEC and EC. And this topic is also important from your GS paper too. So what is the context here? So recently our government of India, it is showing over excitism, right? So it wants to increase its power. So iski wajah se it came up with a bill. So why bill? So Supreme Court came with a judgment in 2023 in May that you have to include CJI in the selection process of CEC and EC. But here present government want to override the Supreme Court judgment, and it came up with a bill. And now this bill is aiming to remove CJI from the selection process of CEC and EC. So you're understanding what is the idea behind this? Is Government of India want to improve its or increase its power in selection of EC and CEC. So this bill, which seeks to remove CJI, that is Chief Justice of India, from the panel to select Chief Election Commissioner and as well as Election Commissioners. So what is the background? So iska background kya hai? So if you understand this background, then you can appreciate how government is playing its overactism. Right? So here Supreme Court in March 2023 ruled that CEC and ECs, they will be appointed by obviously President of India. So President of India is nothing but the first citizen of our country. So President of India has the power to appoint the CEC and as well as EC, but on advice of a committee. So this committee will contain the members. Who will be the members? Yes, our Prime Minister will be there and leader of opposition party in Lok Sabha, and next one is CJI, that is Chief Justice of India, until law enacted by the Parliament on their appointments. So the one important thing here is, so till now there is no specific law or legislative process is there regarding the appointment of the CEC and EC. So because of the Supreme Court said that yes, still the law which is made here, CJI will be the part of the selection panel, right? So now what happened, if you are talking about the history regarding appointment process of the CEC, that is Chief Election Commissioner, so currently there is no specific legislative process. So we have articles, yes we have articles, that is Article 324 to Article 329, so which comes under Part 15. Part 15 talks about elections. I am not talking about schedules, but it is Part 15 of Indian Constitution talks about the appointment, but there is no clear-cut process. And if you say this Article 324 of our Indian Constitution, which says that superintendence direction and control of elections will be done by CEC and as well as ECs. And here this will be determined by our President of India. But before Supreme Court judgment of 2023, yes, ECs and CEC, they will be appointed by President of India on recommendations of government. So if you see what are the key highlights of the bill, so how government want to supersede the judgment of Supreme Court. So first one is removed CJI from the panel. Okay, it says that instead of CJI, there will be cabinet minister. But who will be nominating this cabinet minister? Again, the power is present with the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister will be deciding who will be the cabinet minister under the panel. So now who are the members under this selective panel? So we have Prime Minister, we have cabinet minister, and we have leader of opposition party. So these are the three members now. So what is the criteria? So this bill says that ECI will consist of CEC and as well as other ECs from among the people. So they will have held the post which is equivalent to secretary to the government of India. So till now there is no criteria that who will become the CEC or EC. But now this bill says that so they should be equivalent to the secretary and they should be the persons who have integrity. But we don't know that who is having integrity, right? So this is also a big question mark. And this bill says that the person should have the knowledge regarding the efficient management and conduct of elections. But we don't know who will conduct the elections. And yes, now the big question here is you need to know which is the process. So first one is we have a search committee, and this search committee will be having cabinet secretary including 2 members who are having the rank of secretary, and they are having the knowledge and experience in the matters related to the elections. And they will prepare a panel of 5 persons and they will be selecting the names, and these names will be sent to the selection committee. So obviously the selection committee contains 3 people like PM and as well as cabinet minister and opposition party leader. And this selection committee will be deciding the names which is given by this search committee. And one more important thing which is present inside here is not only that members recommended by search committee, but even other members can be selected. So iska matlab kya hai? I can't understand anything. So why? So now here the selection committee or selection panel is also having the power to select the members other than the members recommended by the search committee. Then what is the need of this search committee? That means naam ke vaste we have this search committee. Okay, so this is also one important issue. So now as an UPSC aspirant and future bureaucrat, So you have to think about concerns. So what are the concerns? So concern here is there is balance of power. So issue regarding the balance of power. So here the cabinet minister who will be the member of the selection panel will be nominated by Prime Minister. That means there is increased power of executive. That means this balance of power is tilting towards executive now. And next one is there is also going to have impact on electoral governance, because in a democracy the people have the power to elect their representatives. But because of this power, okay, this increased power of executive, so what happened now onwards? So here there is increased executive power on this election commission. That means, so which party will come into power? So this is the decision will be taken by the executive now. Okay, and next one here is the alignment with the framers' intentions. So here if you see, our constitution is framed by the framers, right? So at that time our framers, they said that we need to have an independent body and it should have an autonomy to conduct free and fair elections. But because of this bills, what happened? So there will be the change in the mindset, right? So here what happened? This selection committee which aligns with the framers' objective. So the framers' objective will be eroded here, because we are not going to ensure free and fair elections, right? So these are the some concerns. And actually there is one question which asked in UPSC in prelims regarding this election commission. So the question here is, consider the following statements. The first one is, Election Commission of India is a 5-membered body. Second one is, Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule. And next one is, Election Commission resolves a dispute related to the splits or merger of a recognized political party. So you have to identify which statement is correct, right? And please let me know answer in the comment box. And next topic it is about US-Iran hostage swap finally materializing. So this article is very important, okay, because you have to know about one important concept called as Iran's nuclear deal of 2015 or JCPOA, that is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. So if you see the context, on August 10th, Iran moved 5 Iranian Americans from prison to house arrest. So from prison they made to house arrest as a part of tentative deal that is still being negotiated, and that could lead to a full release in the future. So actually why there is a release? Swap means nothing but exchange. So in the exchange of around $6 to 7 billion. So this dollar had been frozen in South Korea because of sanctions imposed on this Iran, right? So here if you're talking about why sanctions imposed, you have to say about this JCPOA. So actually, so this JCPOA, it is also called as Iran's nuclear deal of 2015. So this came up by Iran and P5+1. So these P5 means nothing but UNSC permanent members like China, France, Germany, Russia, UK and US, plus 1 is European Union. Okay. So here under this agreement, here now Iran accepted that there will be constraints. So they are not going to have nuclear enrichment program. And regarding that, yes, inspection is very much necessary. If they say that, yes, we are not going to have uranium enrichment, means, so there should be one authority should look after that. Yes, we have IAEA. Okay, that is International Atomic Energy Agency will be looking after that. So that Iran also accepted that you can do the frequent inspections. Okay. So here what happened? There is increased mistrust between USA and Iran, and finally US came out of this deal during this Trump time, that is Donald Trump time. So US came out of this Iran's nuclear deal, and this move which had been criticized by IAEA also, because IAEA says that yes, Iran is under the provisions of Iran's nuclear deal. But because of this US withdrawal, there is increased economic sanctions on Iran. So because of this, what happened? So that led to the economic constraints of Iran. So now US and Iran came up with a deal that they have to come with a swap, so whatever the dollars, whatever the economy which had been squeezed or which had been stumbled in this South Korea, they are going to be released. Okay, so this is about this topic. And next topic, it is about education scheme. So here this article is very important from your governance point of view. So what the title says? So title says 14 states yet to join education scheme. So here you have to know about what is a scheme. Okay. So here the context says that Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, they are among the 14 states and union territories. They have to yet join or yet to sign a crucial memorandum of understanding with Union Education Ministry. So this memorandum of understanding, what it says that these states, they have to implement national education policy. So when we came up with that national education policy? In 2020 we came with this new education policy, that is national education policy. So let me know at least 5 to 6 provisions of this national education policy. Okay, so please let me know. And actually this says that, so whenever the states are signing memorandum of understanding with central government regarding the implementation of this national education policy, so now the states, they are eligible to get funds. Okay, so this is about this context. And in this context, you have to know about this Prime Minister Usha scheme. So Pradhan Mantri Uchitar Shiksha Abhiyan. So if we're talking about this PM Usha scheme, it is a centrally sponsored scheme, and the important aim of this scheme, it is to work with 300 plus state universities and affiliated colleges. And the important aim of this scheme, it is to provide strategic funding to eligible state higher education institutions. And here this funding, which is based on the norms, based on the outcome. So if they are getting a good outcome, then they are going to get funds. If they are not improving, then means they are not going to get the funds. Yes, next one is the funding to states would be made based on the critical appraisal of state higher education plans. And they are focusing on issues of equity, access and excellence in higher education. So this scheme, which places greater emphasis on improvement of quality of teaching learning processes, and they are focusing on employment, and even they are focusing on to select the competitive graduates and postgraduates and PhDs. And actually this plan would spread across 2 plan periods, that is between 12th class and 13th. And this program, which is focusing on especially state higher education institutions, and you are focusing on to come with the best practices from the colleges and universities across the nation. So this is about this scheme PM Usha. Is it clear? Are you following? Are you getting bored? Yeah, please let me know. And next topic, it is about unviable Arunachal Hydel projects given to central PSUs. So here, what are the things that you have to know? So here you have to see about Arunachal Pradesh. And I want to give you one homework. So you have to see Arunachal Pradesh is sharing boundary with how many states, and if it is having an international border, so with which countries it is sharing boundary. Please let me know in the comment box. And here you have to see even which are the national parks present in this Arunachal Pradesh. So it is also homework for you students. So now let us try to understand the crux of this article. So what is this article talking about? So here, if you see context, about 12 hydropower projects in Arunachal Pradesh, they were officially handed over to central public sector undertakings. So actually earlier these projects are given to the private sector, and this private sector, they says that these projects are unviable for us. So we are not going to take this project. So now what happened? Finally government gave this project to the central public sector undertakings itself. So if you are talking about Arunachal Pradesh Hydel power projects, so they are going to build on which river? That is river Brahmaputra. So please let me know which are the tributaries of this river Brahmaputra in the comment box. Okay. So Arunachal Pradesh have the highest or the largest hydropower potential among the Himalayan states, because here this river Brahmaputra, which is entering into this Arunachal Pradesh, and it is one of the fast flowing river. So according to the government estimate, it says that the northeast India has a hydropower project or potential of around 63,000 megawatts. 63,000 megawatts, and out of this almost 50,000 megawatts of power that we can generate in Arunachal Pradesh itself. So you can understand, so what is the potential of this Arunachal Pradesh? And if China which is occupying this Arunachal Pradesh, means we are losing this opportunity of generating this hydropower also. So it's also one cause of concern for India. Okay, so if you are talking about what is the impact, yes, impact we have to read. Yes, we have to know this. It is jaruri. So if you see the impact, it says that, however, analysts, they have a fear that the projects may heavily affect the downstream areas in Assam. So if you are building a dam on the river, then what happens? So this is upper riparian state, it will be lower riparian state. For example, if this area which received heavy rainfall, means the flood water will be collected in this dam. So if there is an increase in the level, means so this water will be released, so that it will be having effect on this lower riparian state. So here Arunachal Pradesh is upper riparian state and lower riparian state is Assam, right? And next one is, so because of this, it will be having a lot of economic and socio-cultural impact on the people, and even it will be having negative impacts on the river ecosystem also. So whenever these rivers are moving very fast, so they have the capability to bring lot of amounts of sediments, amount of waste materials, and even if you want to go for construction of these dams, so first of all we have to go for deforestation. So because of this deforestation, what happens, the soil which is binded in this roots of this trees, that will be get loosened. So because of this, what happened, there will be changing the behavior of rivers, and even there is a chance of massive landslides also. Okay, so because of this landslides, that will be also having huge devastation, and even we are going to see some impact on biodiversity, because so this northeastern areas, they will be having the rich biodiversity, rich forest, etc. So because of this, whenever we are going for deforestation, that will leads to extinction of lot of animal species and plant species. So because of this, it will be having lot of negative impacts. Negative impact ho sakta hai, right? And if you see the concerns, there are also other concerns raised by environmentalist activists, like, so they will be also having the socio-economic impact because of this northeastern area, which is inhabited by lot of tribal people. So these tribal people will have to be rehabilitated, relocated, so that they will be also having the negative impacts on socio-economic culture also. Yes, understood? And now let us move on to next topic. It is about metagenome sequencing technology. So title says metagenome sequencing technology is transforming pathogen surveillance. So here we have to know about this metagenome sequences. Okay, so what is this technology? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So if you see the context, it says that in 2022, the world witnessed a global mpox. Mpox is nothing but monkeypox virus, right? So it is a global mpox virus outbreak that is seen. And because of this monkeypox, it is easily spreaded from one person to another person. That means it is a communicable disease like COVID-19. So it attributed to the super spreader event, and because of this, it threatened the planet with another epidemic now. So because of this, we can apply this metagenome sequencing to identify the pattern of transmission. So this is the idea. And if you see what exactly is this metagenome sequencing technology. So this metagenomics, which refers to the application of sequencing technique. So in this technique, we are analyzing the totality of genomic material that is present in entire sample. Okay, so it is nothing but, in simple words, to keep it in a simple way, so it is a study of genetic material which is recovered directly from the environmental or clinical samples. So this method is called as metagenomics. So this is also called as environmental genomics, ecogenomics, community genomics, or microbiomics. Okay, so this is about in detail regarding this metagenomic. So I'm done with my work of analysis now. So now let us try to see a small advertisement I want to make here. So I want to make you people to improve your answer writing skills, because my students should not fail in UPSC. So because of that, we came up with this daily means answer writing practice course in this Rathod's IAS Academy. So here we are focusing on improving of answer writing skills. So here we will be working together on introduction, body, content building, data, diagrams, examples, maps, graphs, etc. So how can you improve your presentation? So we are going to cover entire GS syllabus within 1 year. That is, we are going to give you the detailed schedule like what you have to read in that week, and based on that weekly syllabus, daily one question will be given to you. You have to write answer and you have to send your answer to us, so that there will be detailed evaluation of your answer. And for every question we are going to give you the model answer, so that you can build content also, and you can see how question answer can be written. And next one is we are going to have live doubt clearing sessions, and we are also going to have live answer writing discussion also, and we are going to have live essay writing practice. So this course, it is for 1 year, and the cost of this course is very less, that is around 8,200 rupees, that too for 1 year. And if you want to enroll, so please visit our website rathodsiasacademy.com. So there you can sign up if you are visiting for our website for the first time. And also you can call me on this number 8074765513, and this is also WhatsApp and Telegram number. So you can text me there also. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can call to this number regarding any query. So I wish you are going to join this course. So this course is absolutely beneficial for the students. So try to join this, okay, so that you can build your answer writing skills for sure. And now let us try to see today's Hindu newspaper PDF. So this is our today's Hindu PDF, and today's date is August 14th, and tomorrow is Independence Day. I wish you an advance happy Independence Day for all of you. And the first topic, it is about 14 states yet to join education scheme. I discussed this topic. And if you move on, here you can see AI cameras, anti-drone systems in place in capital gears up celebrate Independence Day. So here you can see one more applications of artificial intelligence. So recently we studied that artificial intelligence is useful to identify the scams in government schemes, and even artificial intelligence can be used for the voice related UPI payments. And now this artificial intelligence is also useful for the security methods or security mechanisms also. And if you move on, here you can see 75,000 people affected by Assam floods. So you can understand that floods are going in Assam. So Assam are affected by floods, and here you have to see which are the rivers flowing in Assam. Okay, so it is your homework. And if you move on, here you can see female cheetah that went untraceable captured after 22 days. So here, what is your work? Here you have to see, so what are the methodologies that we are using in what? In tracing the movement of animals. You have to know that for sure, and let me know in the comment box also. So if you move on to this editorial page, so this article, it is about the political scenario in Pakistan. It is not important at all, because UPSC is not going to ask that. And next is about this rebooting codes. I discussed this topic, and I also discussed this topic regarding CJI and election process. And if you move on, you can, if you have time, you can go through this and you can understand what is this Archaeological Survey of India. That's it. And if you move on to the section context, so I discussed this topic regarding US-Iran swap. And in this news page, there is nothing much important. And I discussed this topic regarding Arunachal hydropower projects. And this news topic is seen in the news from last 2.5 years onwards. That is from 2020 onwards. So it is about India and China talks. So every time the talks are happening and they are saying that we are going to have standoff. But again, the thing which is repeating here. So there is no disengagement in this Dipsang and Demchok areas. So they are very important. And here you have to see about SCO, that is Shanghai Cooperation Organization here, and even some facts regarding this G20. And if you move on, you can directly move on to this science page. Here I discuss this topic regarding metagenome sequencing technology. So these are some important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So if you really like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to share this video to your friends. So we are providing analysis in return. We are expecting likes and comments and shares from you students. That's it. So we are not expecting anything from you. Just like, share, okay? So by this I'm concluding. Thank you so much and stay tuned, and we are going to meet tomorrow in the next video. Thank you so much.